Top 10 tips to live a healthy life. Number 10. Avoid overeating. The link between calorie intake and longevity currently generates a lot of interest. Animal studies suggest that a 10 to 50% reduction in normal calorie intake may increase the maximum lifespan. Studies of human populations renowned for longevity also observe links between low-calorie intake and extended lifespan and a lower likelihood of disease. What's more, calorie restriction may help reduce excess body weight and belly fat, both of which are associated with shorter lifespans. That said, long-term calorie restriction is often unsustainable and can include negative side effects such as increased hunger, low body temperature, and a diminished sex drive. Whether calorie restriction slows aging or extends your lifespan is not yet fully understood. Number 9. Eat more nuts. Nuts are nutritional powerhouses. They're rich in protein, fiber, antioxidants, and beneficial plant compounds. What's more, they're a great source of several vitamins and minerals such as copper, magnesium, potassium, folate, niacin, and vitamins B6 and E. Several studies show that nuts have beneficial effects on heart disease, high blood pressure, inflammation, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, belly fat levels, and even some forms of cancer. One study found that people who consumed at least 3 servings of nuts per week had a 39% lower risk of premature death. Similarly, 2 recent reviews including over 350,000 people noted that those who ate nuts had a 4 to 27% lower risk of dying during the study period, with the greatest reductions seen in those who ate 1 serving of nuts per day, 143. Try out turmeric. When it comes to anti-aging strategies, turmeric is a great option. That's because this spice contains a potent bioactive compound called curcumin. Number 8. Drink more water. Most of us don't drink enough water every day. Water is essential for our bodies to function. Do you know over 60% of our body is made up of water? Water is needed to carry out body functions, remove waste, and carry nutrients and oxygen around our body. Since we lose water daily through urine, bowel movements, perspiration, and breathing, we need to replenish our water intake. Number 7. Eat plenty of healthy plant foods. Consuming a wide variety of plant foods such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans may decrease disease risk and promote longevity. For example, many studies link a plant-rich diet to a lower risk of premature death, as well as a reduced risk of cancer, metabolic syndrome, heart disease, depression, and brain deterioration. These effects are attributed to plant foods' nutrients and antioxidants, which include polyphenols, carotenoids, folate, and vitamin C. Accordingly, several studies link vegetarian and vegan diets, which are naturally higher in plant foods, to a 12 to 15% lower risk of premature death. The same studies also report a 29 to 52% lower risk of dying from cancer or heart, kidney, or hormone-related diseases. What's more, some research suggests that the risk of premature death and certain diseases increases with greater meat consumption. However, other studies report either non-existent or much weaker links, with the negative effects seeming specifically linked to processed meat. Vegetarians and vegans also generally tend to be more health-conscious than meat eaters, which could at least partly explain these findings. Overall, eating plenty of plant foods is likely to benefit health and longevity. Number 6. Stay physically active. It should come as no surprise that staying physically active can keep you healthy and add years to your life. 40. As few as 15 minutes of exercise per day may help you achieve benefits, which could include an additional 3 years of life. Furthermore, your risk of premature death may decrease by 4% for each additional 15 minutes of daily physical activity. A recent review observed a 22% lower risk of early death in individuals who exercised, even though they worked out less than the recommended 150 minutes per week. People who hit the 150-minute recommendation were 28% less likely to die early. What's more, that number was 35% for those who exercised beyond this guidance. Finally, some research links vigorous activity to a 5% greater reduction in risk compared to low or moderate intensity activities. 436. Don't smoke. Smoking is strongly linked to disease and early death. Overall, people who smoke may lose up to 10 years of life and be 3 times more likely to die prematurely than those who never pick up a cigarette. Number 5. Keep in mind that it's never too late to quit. One study reports that individuals who quit smoking by age 35 may prolong their lives by up to 8.5 years. Furthermore, quitting smoking in your 60s may add up to 3.7 years to your life. In fact, quitting in your 80s may still provide benefits. 447. Moderate your alcohol intake. Heavy alcohol consumption is linked to liver, heart, and pancreatic disease, as well as an overall increased risk of early death. However, moderate consumption is associated with a reduced likelihood of several diseases, as well as a 17 to 18% decrease in your risk of premature death. Wine is considered particularly beneficial due to its high content of polyphenol antioxidants. Results from a 29-year study showed that men who preferred wine were 34% less likely to die early than those who preferred beer or spirits. In addition, one review observed wine to be especially protective against heart disease, diabetes, neurological disorders, and metabolic syndrome. To keep consumption moderate, it is recommended that women aim for 1 to 2 units or less per day and a maximum of 7 per week. Men should keep their daily intake to less than 3 units, with a maximum of 14 per week. It's important to note that no strong research indicates that the benefits of moderate drinking are greater than those of abstaining from alcohol. In other words, there is no need to start drinking if you don't usually consume alcohol. Number 4. Exercise. Movement is life. Research has shown that exercising daily brings tremendous benefits to our health, including an increase in lifespan, lowering of risk of diseases, higher bone density, and weight loss. Increase the activity in your life. Choose walking over transport for close distances. Climb the stairs instead of taking the lift. Join an aerobics class or a dance class. Pick a sport of your liking. Number 3. Prioritize your happiness. Feeling happy can significantly increase your longevity. In fact, happier individuals had a 3.7% reduction in early death over a 5-year study period. A study of 180 Catholic nuns analyzed their self-reported levels of happiness when they first entered the monastery and later compared these levels to their longevity. Those who felt happiest at 22 years of age were 2.5 times more likely to still be alive 6 decades later. Finally, a review of 35 studies showed that happy people may live up to 18% longer than their less happy counterparts, 559. Avoid chronic stress and anxiety. Anxiety and stress may significantly decrease your lifespan. For instance, women suffering from stress or anxiety are reportedly up to 2 times more likely to die from heart disease, stroke, or lung cancer. Similarly, the risk of premature death is up to 3 times higher for anxious or stressed men compared to their more relaxed counterparts. If you're feeling stressed, laughter and optimism could be 2 key components of the solution. Number 2. Eat vegetables. Vegetables are the source of many nutrients and minerals like folate, vitamin K, folate, vitamin A, manganese, and potassium, not to mention dietary fiber, which is important for good gut health. There are 2 types of vegetables: starchy vegetables like potato, sweet potato, yam, and pumpkin, and non-starchy vegetables like kale, arugula, spinach, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, long beans, tomato, cucumber, and mushroom, technically a fungus. Some vegetables are slightly starchy and hence fall in the middle: corn, green peas, carrot, artichoke, beetroot, cauliflower, and beans, technically legumes. All vegetables are important and enrich our diet. Number 1. Avoid trigger foods. Trigger foods are the foods that make you go berserk and binge after you eat them.